Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys the directions on how to construct the star book. So this handout is in your assignment, and this is an example of the star book. So when you open it up, it is kind of a 3D book with multiple levels. You can see that. So we're gonna do the construction portion of the star book. So first thing you need to do is cut out all of your measurements. So first we need 2 covers for of mat board. So I have them cut. They're 4 3/4 by 4 1/4, or 4.75 by 4.25. Then we need our 6 folios. Those are the backing of that's this part. That's like the very background of your book. And we need 6 of those. I just have those in yellow construction paper. Then I kind of went out of order here. So next we need our 6 inside folios. Those are the little skinnier black pieces in my book here. And I have those in green, and they're right here. And then we have our frame folios right here. So they're pink, and that is the skinny frame part. So we are gonna cut those out. So and then we need some ribbon. Just like with your accordion book, we wrapped our book covers in paper before we started. You're gonna do that same thing, but I'm gonna skip that step for the sake of this video. Okay, so I'm just gonna assemble the book blank, but when you do it, you're actually going to design the elements of your book first and then create it and then put it together. Okay, so we need our 2 covers, our 6 folios, our frame folios. So I need to cut those out. So what I'm gonna start doing is folding all of these and cutting the windows, folding our yellows and folding our greens, but I'm not gonna talk so I can speed it up. Now you can cut just a regular frame like I did for my example, something like this, assuming you have a steady hand. And then there's your 1 frame done. You want them to be, for the most part, consistent. But if you wanted to do something decorative, like say you wanted to do some type of pattern, or if you do like a picture, like you might have a straight side or you might have a curvy top, that's fine too. And so then your frame would look something like that. Okay, now that I have all my pieces, I'm going to construct the book. So I'm going to take my book covers, and I first need to kind of assemble my star. So I'm going to kind of glue these back to back. I'm not really gluing these yet, but I like to keep them on my book cover so I know. This is just stick glue because I'm trying to go super fast. You might want to use Elmer's or something a little bit more substantial, or just make sure you do a really good job gluing it down. Okay, so I've just glued 2 pieces together and I'm folding it. So I'm going to add some more glue to this other side. I'm going to add another folded piece to it. It is kind of nice. You can kind of shimmy the glue around if you don't lay it down straight. Now these would all have been decorated, designed already. Okay, so now I have my star portion. So now I'm going to go through to each one. I'm going to add the green. I'm going to move these out of the way. All right, so you'll notice this is 9 inches and this is 7. So you're getting a little bit tricky here. So now what you're going to do is you're going to glue one side very carefully with a little bit of glue like this, one side, and then you've got to come over here and add your little bit of glue to that side. So then you have a gap. So when you fold it, just be real careful when you fold it like that. So then it stays in there. And you're going to do another one. If you have paper clips or binder clips, you could kind of hold them in place. Okay, so now I have my insides. Now it's time to add the frames. Now you're only gluing on the edges because this is going to float like this. So this is a great time to have clips. Again, you want to be very careful when you're folding it up to make sure nothing gets wrinkled. Looks like that. And you can see how one with a print or one with a pattern cutout makes it a little bit more interesting. So as you look at this one, you could also play with the shape of the green. It doesn't have to be a rectangle, it could be curvy. Your cuts inside could be curvy or jagged or anything you want. I won't glue the rest of these on because I feel like you get the idea. So once you have all your frames in, you're going to take your covers that you already covered, and then best to kind of lay it out. It helps to put them together. And you want to make sure that your 4.75 or your 4 3/4 is horizontal as the top. That way our book fits perfectly. So what I'm going to do is lay my ribbon down across the back like that. And I'm going to close up my book. And I'm going to add some glue to the back of my book frame. And I'm going to center it as best I can over the cover with the ribbon in between. And then before I glue this one, I just want to make sure. So I'm going to put my cover on. And you want your covers to stack up and be even. So I'm thinking, okay, does that look good? Or I need to tighten my ribbon a little bit. See how my ribbon's hanging out. So I tighten that a little bit. And then maybe lift this up. Kind of keep in mind that my ribbon needs to be tight. Put my glue on here. Take my cover. Be sure that it's stacked. And then really press down. So then when your book's done, you can tie it together. When you open it up, you have your carousel or your star book. like I said, you can I would keep the measurements the same, but as far as the shape and the variations of the little folio sets, you can really manipulate them. The only thing that you probably can't change is the yellow, because that is your background and the foundation of your book. So think about when you're designing them, like the green part's going to cover a lot of the yellow. So think of your yellow design as background paper. So if you have printed paper or something like that you want to use, and then your area of interest is going to be in the green, and then you're going to frame it out with the pink. I'm going to show you my book one more time. It's important to use sturdier paper. That's construction paper, but this is watercolor paper. It's a little bit thicker. And then I have some scrapbook paper, and I did some stitching inside. I have some washi tape. You can use stamps, anything like that. I drew on it with Prismacolor. So it's really important that you use your bone tool when you're folding, just to get your creases nice and strong. And then I also have a soft edge. So I tore my edges instead of cutting them. That's called a deckled edge. So if you want to do something like that, I can help you as well. I'll have a copy of this handout for you in the assignment.